Thank you for tuning in to the Austin All Day Podcast. I am Jason Powers, and we are here with none other than Eric Silverstein. You know him from Peach Tortilla, Bar Peached, and Social House. Follow the podcast on Instagram, support the podcast on Patreon, sit back, grab a taco, and check it out. Eric Silverstein, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Are we on?
We are on.
Fantastic.
Thank you for coming out. Wasn't too far.
No, but 35 was, 35, so it took me a hot second to get out of here.
Man, you're a patriot getting on 35 there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I tried to push this thing to 7.
That was smart. That was
Yeah.
smart. I know I ask a lot of people when I'm
You
like,
do.
yeah, just shoot to South Austin at 6 o'clock. No biggie. No biggie. But yeah, thank you for coming over. And you were at Social House just now.
Just now, prepping.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a little Friendsgiving tomorrow for one of our clients, so
Very cool.
doing some stuff with them.
So Peach Tortilla, Bar Peached, Social House. Am I missing anything? We have food trucks.
No, I think you got the trifecta right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got a lot going on.
A lot, yeah. Yeah. Yes. The last 18 months has been a whirlwind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this like at the influx of Bar Peached?
Well, we opened the airport in May of 18.
Airport
and
too.
And then we opened Bar Peach, and then we came out with the book, and then did an expansion on Social House, and I had a kid thrown in there. It was a lot, So 18 months was a lot going down.
Fun fact, the first time I ever tried Peach Tortilla was at the airport.
I didn't know that.
It
And then
was.
you went recently
Yes,
with
I
your
did.
mom.
I did. So I
Yeah.
had tried it at the airport.
Right.
My
Right.
mom and my dad, thank
Right.
you. We had a great time. They don't get out very much, or they don't experiment like with places.
So
to
were
go.
they like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck are we eating here?
Exactly. They're not that bad,
Yeah.
but they're right on the edge there.
Okay.
My dad is like that. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But they enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. I was like, we got to get this. We got to get this. And that comes out of, what is this? What is this? But they enjoyed it, believe me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Bar Peach, they do the brunch. That's the thing. Yeah.
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 Yeah. We're doing brunch since May.
I'm trying to get them over there to
Yeah.
do that.
You should get them over there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
How's everything been received between Bar Peach and the airport?
Well, the airport was a tough, it was a tough kind of opening. I'm sure most of your listeners kind of know that, there's a licensee involved or a licensee involved that runs those operations out there. And so, it's a handoff, essentially. It's a handoff of your brand and your concept and your recipes and your culture to some extent. And so when you do a handoff like that, some things can get missed and it can be a little bit of a challenge.
But you have like boots on the ground there. Your people are there, right?
We did for a long time. I had a manager out there for about a year. His name's Blake, and he just came back and joined us back at Burnett Road.
Yes,
He's been with us for about 4 years. So he was out there for a year, and I feel like, he helped stabilize that. And, now the unit I think is really flourishing. I think it's being really well received by travelers, and it's helped our brand recognition. And, we view it as just another unit under the Peach umbrella. It's just, it's an extension of what we're doing. And regardless of us not fully operating it on a daily basis, I have a good relationship with the operators, and, we talk, every week. I visit the unit. I know the staff there. It's
Does the commissary still, they get the food from the commissary?
No, we prep everything there. We have a co-packer for a few items, but mostly we prep there. I mean, we prep everything scratch there, which is pretty unheard of. So it was kind of unprecedented when we came in. We were like, okay, we're gonna braise our meats here. We're gonna do our sauces. We're gonna do our marinades. We're gonna do our pickles. I mean, we're doing all that there.
Yeah. Well, and that's great for people to come into the airport and get Peach Tortilla. And you're in there. We've got Salt Lick. Our airport's great.
It's great. We just since we opened with Juiceland, they put in Fly Right, Hat Creek Burger,
At the airport.
Yeah.
Fly rights there too.
East Side Pies, Taco Deli.
Wow, that's crazy.
Huts is there, even though they don't have a current location. There's a couple places that, don't have current locations anymore in Austin, but had units in Austin. But,
So Huts closed up and moved in the airport.
yeah, you could say it. The airport unit opened up and then they closed their.
Yeah, that's kind of like Annie's, right?
Yeah, Annie's, exactly. Exactly.
Okay. So the airport can be a good thing.
It can be a great thing, or it could be a not so good thing. It just depends on your product that you're offering and how good your units operate. And it's not the same operator for every unit. There's a few. So
yeah,
it just depends on your relationship with who you're handing your brand to.
Well, I would hope not that the airport was bad, that anybody who tries it at the airport who's coming to visit Austin doesn't write off the brick and mortar by saying,
Right.
Because the brick and mortar, the experience was excellent.
It's a totally different experience, right? It's a sit-down restaurant, and look, we're happy being at the airport. It was a good move.
Yeah.
The feedback's been overwhelmingly positive. We've seen a rise in revenue at our locations, and it's just more brand recognition. Our goal is to have a real foothold in Austin for a long time. We've been doing this for 10 years, and I think it'll help stabilize that, and help us kind of cement ourselves in here.
10 years, had been an anniversary? When was the 10-year mark?
We're in our 10th year.
10-year
anniversary is in September. So we're 9 years, and I started working in July of 2010. So that was when I got here, boots on the ground. Okay. But our first day open was September 25th of 2010.
And it has not been an easy road.
Hell no. Right. No. You read my book, so
yeah, we've got your book right here.
Yeah. No, it's been the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Sure.
And I don't think people really understand how hard it is to grow a business. To grow a business from the ground up.
Now, when you say business, you're also talking about food.
Right. Food and hospitality. And hospitality is just so freaking challenging. It's a tough business, It is. It requires so much. I always say that you're only as good as your last service, because that's all anyone gives a shit about.
Sure.
Is how good were you yesterday? Or how good were you on your last service? Nobody gives a shit if you were a fucking good restaurant 5 years ago. Nobody gives a fuck about that.
That's true.
They give a shit about, if they come in today, are you going to offer good service, good hospitality, and a good product? And in good ambiance, So you have to maintain everything. You have to maintain your hospitality. You have to maintain your restaurant, repair it, paint, everything. Make sure your food is on point, it's consistent. That's very tough to do.
Right, and ups and downs, and to bounce back. This discipline that you have here, where do you think you developed it?
I was raised in a very disciplined household. So I think that's probably where it comes from. My mom was very strict on me, and she made academics, very important piece of what I was trying to accomplish as a kid. And, I have, studies were a priority for me from, very young.
Sure.
And I think growing up in Asia and just the culture there is just, hey, kind of study first culture in Japan in general.
Right.
It just kind of got instilled in me, and I'm still very much the same way.
So you're the same with your children. Do you have?
That's a good question. I don't know if I'll raise them quite the same.
It's still up in the you can't identify that if you're actually letting this slip a little bit.
I think the issue is. It's made me, the way I was raised has built me into a certain type of person.
You're in like a paradox here.
Right. And it's made me successful at what I'm doing.
Exactly.
But I can't say that I always like who I am, if that makes any sense.
No, I think it does.
I can't say that I like being constantly stressed out and very type A, and always worrying about the business, and always feeling like I need to sacrifice more for the business, and it's a never-ending sacrifice.
Sure.
And having that mentality, It's not the healthiest mentality. It's just how I am at this point, and it's very tough to change. But I don't know if I wish that on my kids. I kind of want them to perhaps enjoy their life a little bit more. Not to say that I don't enjoy what I do, but work is a priority for me.
Yeah.
And the hustle is a priority for me.
I think it's almost like a warrior in a way. The discipline you have to keep, the wheels, the machine oiled.
Yeah, you do. The sacrifices are very large, especially if you start small and you really are trying to grow from the ground up, the sacrifices are huge early on. And so I didn't have a normal late 20, early 30 life, I just didn't have that. I was trying to run a fucking business.
Yes.
I was trying to make money and create something. And so just going back to the children thing, I mean, if they want to own businesses and they want to be entrepreneurs, by all means.
Yes.
I would support that.
Find happiness during doing that, hopefully.
Sure.
Yeah.
But if they wanted to work a 9 to 5 and play the guitar and hang out with friends and perhaps not be a world beater, I don't know if I'd look down on them.
Yeah.
I would support that, and I would probably look at them and say, they may have a little more fun at this than I did. Not to say that there's pockets of fun and there's pockets where it's great. It's fucking great. You get a high of owning a business. There's nothing quite like that, right? But
sure.
But it is a constant 365-day-a-year grind that never really ends.
And type A, like it or not, you're not going to change. And if you could not be type A, can you even imagine? You wouldn't want it.
Yeah, I can't.
You can't imagine.
I can't imagine it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Things need to be a certain way, and
yeah, it's all yeah.
There's no way out of that.
No, the only way out of my type A-ness with the business is to get rid of the business. That's the only way out.
I think way down the line, maybe when you're doing this for years on end, you might start looking at stepping back a little bit, and that's you work towards something.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you've interviewed guys that step back very well. Brandon from Via.
Yeah.
He steps back very well. We grab lunch all the time, and not all the time, but once a month, and he's like the opposite of me. He's like, "Why are you working so hard?" He's like, "I'm going to Spain, and then I'm going to go watch my girlfriend's marathon, and then I'm going to do this and that, and then I'm going to eat pizza at like 100 different places."
Sure.
And we're just wired differently, and that just goes to show you could be successful being wired 2 different ways.
Oh, definitely.
He's been crazy successful. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's just who I am.
So you and the Via 313 brothers, the Hunt brothers.
The Hunt brothers,
yeah. You guys get together here and there?
We do. I keep in touch with Brandon a little bit more. Okay. We probably text.
Zane's more of a family man, yeah?
Yeah, he's got kids.
He's doing his thing at home.
But I probably text, I don't know, we text weekly. We're always fucking with each other. But I got a lot of respect for that guy.
Sure.
Or both of them, honestly. They got a great thing going for them.
They absolutely do, right? Some of the best pizza. Do you, or how do you feel about their pizza?
I love their pizza. I love their product. I think they got a great business model. I'm bullish on Via 313.
Yeah, you spent some time in Illinois, right?
Missouri.
Yeah. No, Skokie.
Oh, Skokie too. Yeah.
So brief time.
I spent the summer in Skokie.
Oh, just a summer.
Yeah, as an intern.
Okay, and I now this is straight out of your book. Anyone listening should obviously go read the book,
right?
Cook out of the book,
right?
But when in that little segment there, you had mentioned Skokie and also the words like dreary, and you were describing a restaurant.
Yeah,
but I was like, yeah, that's Illinois, dark, dreary. But now you're saying it's the summer, so
well, I was staying in the suburbs. Skokie is in the suburbs for those that don't know, and I was staying in an extended stay America for a summer because I was working for a sports management company.
That's right.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Did you get into the city during that time?
I did, but I wasn't 21, so I mean, I really couldn't.
What about the pizza? That's where I was going with that.
Yeah, I had deep dish. I went and had deep dish at a bunch of places. I had Chicago style pizza.
That's my little dilemma is I don't even like deep dish, so I have to give the pizza.
So you like St. Louis style pizza?
I just like a pie, like a pizza.
You like a pizza,
like a hand tossed pizza, but I do like Via 313. They're doing something different.
They are.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was.
So did my book read well? Do you feel like
think
you learned something?
Yeah, it's great. I was like, we don't need to do a podcast.
Just read the fucking book.
Just read the book. Yeah, pick it up. But what's great about your book is you have like amazing recipes scattered throughout it and an awesome story.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we originally were trying to write a memoir. That was the original goal, and kind of tell the story of, trying to. There's so many food trucks, man, and it's so hard to make it out of a food truck. And so telling that story and really the hurdles that we overcame as a company and as a business, I thought was interesting. But apparently, publishers didn't have much faith in that. So then we ended up pivoting to a cookbook.
I like that much more, really. Actually.
Yeah.
What led you to decide to write a book? What was it?
Yeah, I was approached about 7 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, by an agent who went to college at WashU, and she had heard about my story through a mutual friend, and she reached out to me and said, "I think your story would be great for a book," and we started to pursue that. That was like 6-7 years ago.
So at that time, you had the trailers going.
I just had 2 trucks. That's it. I didn't have a brick and mortar.
So that's 2014, is that right?
2014, yeah.
2014 is the brick and mortar. She approaches you about this, and you've got 2 trailers at the time.
Correct. I have 2 trucks. Okay. That's it.
All right.
Yeah, I was pretty small at the time.
Okay, so I guess I'm just going to backtrack a little because somebody I was talking to who works for you mentioned
works or worked
currently works for you.
Okay.
Just the fact that if you look at Eric Silverstein from the outside and see Peach Tortilla and Bar Peached, and you see all the catering going on, and, I'm going to go do what he did. Mm-hmm. I think people may do that. They may look at you and the idea of what you've done and not actually look at that almost 10 years in September. Mm-hmm. 10 years in September.
September 20 will be 10 years.
Okay, so
yeah.
What do you think about that? Just the grind. Can you elaborate a little bit on how hard things can actually get and maybe the darker times?
Yeah. Well, I think it's great if I can inspire.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's been a really tough road, It's been a lot of lows. I think the toughest point was in about 2012, 2013 when I had been doing it for 2 years and I was working a lot and I had still not taken a paycheck, and it was kind of a directionless business at that point because you look at your sales and you look at how much money you have in your bank account, and then you look at, okay, well, I need at least $600,000 or $700,000 to do a build out on a restaurant, and a restaurant just seems like such a pipe dream. It just seems like such an unattainable goal, especially when you've kind of been kicked down so much in the food truck business.
Yeah.
And
it seems like a pipe dream and almost like wouldn't make sense to pursue it.
Like, hey, I really want to open a restaurant, but I don't know how I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, how am I going to get this money? And
if you do, is it kind of like a certain failure type of feeling?
Yeah, it just feels like it's such a dream that's so far away.
Sure.
It just seems like, man, how am I going to, now I got to get an architect, I got a real estate broker, I got to get a lawyer, I got to negotiate a lease, then we got to go through plans and layout, I got to go through all the FF&E. There's so many hurdles. And for me, not knowing a lot about, how to build a restaurant out, I was trying to learn on the fly. But the first time. But just going back to the grind, right? Yeah, I can honestly say that I hit a point where I was probably depressed, probably like clinically depressed,
Sure.
just because
working too much,
working a lot. We used to run shifts till 3-4 in the morning, and then take the truck back up to Pflugerville where it was commissary and clean it out. And I'd get home at 5-6 in the morning. I'd almost crashed the car coming down 35 from Pflugerville because I'd fall asleep.
Yeah.
It was 5 in the morning.
You might have been one of those guys I saw driving the wrong way down 35.
And, my days started at 8 in the morning because I would get ready for lunch. So,
I commend you because I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it now, but You know, I think the biggest thing is I have a high tolerance for pain and suffering, and I also have a willingness to sacrifice a lot. And I think if you're willing to do that, then all bets are off, and sky's the limit.
Yeah.
But most people it's too much. I mean, most people want to get married earlier. They want to have a house. They want to have a nice car. They want to have weekends. They want to watch the sports games.
Are you naming all these things that you kind of gave up during the process?
Oh, I gave up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
these are things you enjoy, or
I got married when I was 30. Well, I got married in 2014 after the restaurant opened.
Okay.
That's when I started to kind of put my life together.
But you were saying you were kind of ready to throw in the towel there.
I was, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was ready to throw in the towel. I had called it quits a couple of times, and my dad had asked, encouraged me to hang in there. I had one of my best friends that, talked me off the ledge a couple times. I was ready to give up. Yeah.
Real quick, the culinary experience before the 2 trailers.
Yeah.
What was your,
I mean, limited.
Limited.
I'd worked at chains, but culinary, like the type of cooking I'm doing now, I mean, it wasn't like that.
And you said it kind of depressed you, right? The chains, the kind of just watching.
Yeah, I mean, the chains are
redundancy.
chains. There's no passion in what anyone's doing in there. It's just a fucking job. But yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for flying blind, and ignorance is kind of not always the worst thing. It kind of, if you don't know what you're walking into, then maybe you're a little more liable to walk in through that door. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know who said that about me, but I mean, maybe I make it look easy. I don't fucking know. But
I think it's sort of similar to what we see on social media right now. You might get a glimpse of something, and you don't see all the hard work that goes in behind what you see now.
I mean, it's still hard.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I want people to know. It's not like I wake up in the morning, pump my fucking chest, look at all my accomplishments, go for coffee, work an hour, go for lunch, work another 2 hours, go home, play with my kids, and call it a fucking day.
It's not
it's not like that.
You even had me fooled.
And it's still a hustle. It's still a hustle.
That's kind of why when we started this, I pointed out that you just came from Social House. Because I like people to know, half the time somebody comes in here, they're walking with their non-slip shoes on, smell like an onion, and I'm like, all right, you need a beer?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have to put in the work in this business. And if you're not willing to, things tend to deteriorate.
Sure.
Not to say that it can't be done. I mean, big companies have been built, and you got to have great people working for you too. I'm not saying I need
which you've done as well.
We do it. We have some really amazing people, and I don't need to be at either restaurant tonight, and I feel like they're going to run pretty good.
Well, it's got to feel great.
It does, but it's taken a lot of time to get those people in place. It takes a long time to build trust. Trust is a two-way street.
Right.
Your employees have to trust you. You have to trust your employees. You have to build a culture. You have to make them believe that you do have their back and that you are going to build this thing and that you are going to provide opportunity. And that takes time.
It almost goes without saying because we've had, Ryan on the podcast.
Right.
But a lot of people aren't aware, like Chef Ryan Rosen. I mean, I guess they are if they're listening. He's opened the Brooklyn Breakfast Shop. Edgar Rico, Sarah Martin Biggie opened Nixta. But these guys all worked for you.
Yeah.
And I just love that just from what you spawned, these guys are out there doing their own thing. 100% felt inspired by you. I know that.
Yeah. I think that's great, and I tell everyone this. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't support someone trying to follow their dreams and aspirations, and everyone should. If that's what their passion is, then they should give it a shot, and at least, then there's no questions asked afterwards. Like,
Sure.
hey, I wonder what would have happened if.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to live like that.
Yeah.
So back to the restaurant opening when you're getting married and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Did you have, like, you had to have some sort of vision for what you wanted your restaurant, your brick and mortar to
Yeah.
look like? So is that what it is now? Or is it something different? Did it morph? Did it, like,
The
evolve?
original vision was nothing like what it is now.
So if you had your original vision, like, just plopped into a virtual world here, would you like that more? Or what?
No, I'm much more content with what we are now.
Okay.
It's a little more sophisticated what we're doing at Peach Tortilla, and
I personally think Peach Tortilla, that it's something that, like, completely just fits in like a glove with, like, some of the really great places in Austin.
well, I appreciate that.
Like Uchi, that just the kind of, like, vibe of, like, this higher end, like, places to go. And
Yeah.
higher end, is that the way you put it? I don't know.
I wouldn't call us higher end. I would call us like casual.
I think
a
the
nicer,
experience,
a nicer
though.
casual dining, but our service is top notch.
Excellent.
But our price point is, well, we try to under promise, over deliver. You come in, you walk in, you see the menu, $13, $14 plates. You think, okay, this is a casual dining restaurant, but then we offer a better level of service than maybe you would get at another restaurant with that price point. And I think that's our competitive advantage.
Yeah.
Like you have to, you want to provide a value to your customer base. And, we also understand we're in a neighborhood on Burnett, and, we want to cater to that neighborhood. And Bar Peach is a different iteration of the brand. That's a different
Yeah, I've been
restaurant,
told,
it's a different neighborhood, different customer base, different P mix, everything. But no, I'm very happy with how Burnett turned out. I made some mistakes on the build out.
As far as kitchen or front of the house, or
I built an office that was too big because I was originally going to have salespeople work out of there for kids.
in the back of the house?
So originally, when I built Burnett, I was like, we had this catering business, and I was like, well, we're only going to be open for dinner, so we'll run the catering business out of here too, out the back door. Well, our catering business started to really take off and grow, and we started doing full service. And then I realized, oh shit, one, it's very hard to get all these events out the door. Two, I need a place for everyone to congregate. Like, we have more and more employees. We need a warehouse for all our stuff.
Sure.
We need parking spots for vans, and then we ended up going to Social House. So
Social House. What was there prior to Social House?
it was just a warehouse.
Okay.
But now we have 7,500 square feet there.
And that's new with this newer addition?
Well, yeah. Originally we took 5 or 4,500, and then we just added 3,000.
You have, like, an office space there, too,
Yeah,
right?
we do. Yeah, we have office space.
Very cool. Yeah. And that's working well.
Yeah, it's working well because we need it.
Sure.
We need the kitchen space. We need the dish pit. We need the giant warehouse. We need the walk-in. We need everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't think, we real talk. When I started the business and I was doing $200,000 a year, I was like, man, hopefully we'll get to $1 million, And then when I got to $1 million, I was like, well, we'll open the restaurant. Hopefully we get to $2 million, $2.3 million. I didn't think we would get to a point that would justify opening a 7,500 square foot building. And then when I initially opened Social House, I undershot it. I was like, oh my God, this is too little space. So then we initiated 4,500, and then we added the 3,000 square foot warehouse.
And those numbers, just when you're saying that, people should remember the grind that's going into that. Because every time I've ever walked into Peach Tortilla, I mean, the crew is always just rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
And I feel like ACL comes around it just keeps coming around. We're in this, like, revolving circle.
We are.
Yes, but every time you guys just cranking it out.
Now, we have guys that have been super loyal to me.
Yes.
And they've stuck around for a very long time. And
that's another reason I love about your book.
Yeah.
You got everybody in the back of it.
Yeah.
It's excellent. And they're all good people. Enrique, he's great. Yeah, he left for Mexico. I was sad.
Yeah.
He came back. I was so happy.
Yeah, no, it's funny. We've known each other across decades now.
Oh, wow.
When he started working for me, I was 27 years old. I'm fucking 37 now.
So how'd you know him prior? Or did he just start with Peach?
He started as an hourly prep cook for maybe...
Or with the trucks and everything?
Trucks, yeah, 15, 20 hours a week. We were prepping out of the hole-in-wall kitchen on Guadalupe, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
There was a commissary kind of deal there?
Yeah, because I used to have a fucking shithole trailer sandwiched in between a vintage store and a hole in the wall. And we would prep out a hole in the wall. And...
I used to eat like fried Brussels sprouts over there.
Well, that was because Eastside King was in there. After
the cake.
Yeah.
So, but they're gone out of there.
Oh, it's been like multiple iterations. I don't know who's out there now or what's going on. It was kind of a weird situation, but we ended up leaving pretty quickly. But Enrique's been with us for, a long time. And so have a lot of other guys, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eastside King, that's a good spot.
It's a great spot.
I was kind of wondering if maybe I got those Brussels sprouts from you guys.
No, that was Eastside. I didn't have Brussels sprouts back then.
Yeah, I knew it was Eastside King, but then, like you said, it got a little crazy.
Yeah.
But they're over on, they've got a couple spots, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know those guys at all?
No, I mean, I've met Paul Key a couple times. I don't think he's in Austin anymore. And then I've met a couple
or San Antonio, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've met a couple of the Eastside King guys, but not really. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as places, you and Brandon going to go out to eat. Where I got to ask you, where do you go?
Man, that's
the only question I like to ask on this
eat
podcast.
At very unassuming spots.
All right, there we go.
I eat at I'll get like bento boxes at like Asahi Imports down the street, which is a Japanese store.
Okay.
I'll get like a tonkatsu bento or like the hambag bento.
Have you been to Bento Picnic?
I have, but those are different types. Those aren't like traditional bentos.
So that doesn't do it for you.
I like their stuff, but they're kind of far from my vicinity of where I office and where I work out of. But I love Taco Deli.
Taco Deli.
I am a Taco Deli guy.
Sure.
Big ramen Tatsuya guy, but I don't go that much because I don't want to wait in line.
Yeah. How about the Dip?
Never been.
Okay.
Haven't been yet. I'm holding out on that.
It's a dinner spot for now.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Kamari, you've been over there.
Been to Kamari once. To be honest, I have 2 kids, and one's a 6-month-old. My wife and I don't get out much.
Yeah.
The last spots we ate at were like Brewer's Table. We ate at Intero.
Do you know the chef over there? Shows it?
I don't know.
Jose or something? No? Yeah. I just met him recently.
Yeah.
I guess he was the former chef of MMH.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and MMH is just crazy people.
Yeah.
Opening stuff left and right.
Yeah, I can't keep up with them.
So Hotel Proper, there's an Italian joint coming, a sushi place. Sushi.
Yeah, they're doing everything, right?
And now the latest thing I've heard is that he wants to put an Elizabeth Street in New Orleans.
Oh, my gosh.
So I don't know what's going on there. But, yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe you get him on your next podcast.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Jed, but I guess there's Larry and Thomas. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking Larry.
I don't know
McGuire.
Larry. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know the kitchen folk.
Okay.
But, yeah. No, that would be interesting. But, so where else? Sorry. You don't really get out though much.
Yeah, we don't.
That's good, man.
We don't get a chance. My nights out are at the restaurants.
Yeah.
Or on a catering gig, Like we don't get date night right now, so.
Yeah. You said 6 months and what?
3 years.
3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
my life, it's just, it's like kids or work is kind of where we're at. We're at that stage,
But you're happy, right?
Yeah, I'm real happy. We have 2 beautiful kids, and
what's the wife up to?
She handles the kids.
Okay.
Yeah, she does some web work for us, and she works from home. And
that's another thing. Your social media, Peach Tortilla on there. It's all got a good, vibrant look to it.
Yeah, she doesn't do that. We got a
someone else.
Consumable content that does that for us. But yeah, and then I dabble in there sometimes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Here and there, you'll throw in your little photo, whatever it is.
Exactly. Yeah. So what else did you polled my staff? What else did they come up with?
Well, you know what? There wasn't too much, but I guess I'll get to right. What do we call it? Due diligence, right?
Yeah.
I had to poke around a little bit.
Yeah.
You've been over to the Brooklyn Breakfast Shop.
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you? You were just with him, Chef Ryan.
I was. Yeah, he's doing some part-time stuff with us.
I think that the one thing, his question is why is he featured on the cover of this book and he doesn't have a copy
You
yet?
should call my publisher for that.
He just doesn't.
They picked the fucking photo. I didn't pick that photo.
He wants to know why he doesn't have a copy, and it's a shame he doesn't have a copy.
We're getting him a copy.
Okay,
we're
good.
getting him a copy.
All right, done. Ryan,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, got that one off. All right, Flavor Smitten. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
From back in the opening of the food truck.
Yeah.
What is Flavor Smitten?
I don't know. Some marketing thing I think we thought of. I thought it was funny.
What, I can't even. I have no idea where to go with what it could have been.
I don't know. We were, everyone's. It's funny because when we named this thing the Peach Tortilla.
You were going to name it Flavor Smitten?
No. We weren't going to name it Flavor Smitten, but we were like, people were going to be like, what does that mean? What is, what is peach? And then I remember I pitched, or I didn't pitch, I sent my deck to one of my, an acquaintance of mine who's now a friend who owns restaurants in Atlanta.
Yes.
And he goes, that's the dumbest fucking name, man.
Peach Tortilla?
Yeah. And I was like, he's like, you're never going to make it with that name.
No shit.
He admitted he was wrong many years later. But, yeah, it's just funny. It's funny how the name is challenging for some people, but then for some people, it's like how they remember us, and so it's been an interesting name.
I didn't even know that was a thing, that it might be challenging for somebody. Peach Tortilla.
People always say like peach, like they they'll spell it without the ed, shit like that.
Peach, huh?
Yeah. But you're too smart for that. See?
We had the Mamafuku thing.
Oh yeah,
I freaked out and I was like, he's wearing your. So, that's just their logo.
Yeah,
I guess similar, kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean
that's similar
Momofuku
to a peach.
translates to lucky peach.
Okay,
we're
that I did not know.
We involved the peach for a different reason. It's because I grew up in Georgia, so yeah.
And you don't really like. I guess you do say that in the restaurant, right?
What?
That that you grew up in Georgia.
Yeah, I mean we do some Southern influence. It's not as much as people necessarily anticipate, but like we blend. So like we're doing like fried chicken whiskey nights. We're doing biscuits.
Fried chicken whiskey.
We do an Asian style fried chicken. We'll pair it with a Southern. It could be a American whiskey. It could be a Japanese whiskey. We do a $6 pour.
Is that at the Peach Tortilla or Bar Peach?
Peach Tortilla Wednesday nights.
Cool.
And then we'll do like now we're doing kimchi mac and cheese. So it's like Southern but fusion.
Yeah.
I think fusion gets a bad rap right now, and I think people that are like, oh, you're, fusion's overplayed, or why are you,
exactly.
or why does this need to be done? I think those people just need to get off their high horse, because I mean, the reality is a lot of what you eat on a daily basis is fusion.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's
just a kind of a word that got overused a little bit.
Yeah.
People like to give those words a hard time.
Why do we have to, put everything into such distinct boxes? Why can't you go out?
We're in a peculiar time right now.
Just fucking. It's either you have a good fucking dining experience or you don't.
Right.
It's pretty simple. It's like
and Peach. I mean, I went with my folks that time, and it was great. It was lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, we showed up right when you guys opened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm in that school too, though. Like I don't. What is it like when you go out to eat? Let me ask you this, because you're a restaurant owner.
Well, I sometimes I'll find myself nitpicking on things, and I'm like, hold up, dude.
Okay,
like, you'd be so mad if like you got nitpick on this, and then I chill out, and then I'm like, yeah, this is just chill the fuck out.
I don't think I think his podcast goes up on Saturday. For us, us right here, but we're in the future listening.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Time's all weird right now, but Funkadelic, you can go listen. He talks about this. He walks in the door, and the minute he orders his food, he starts a timer on his phone, and he starts.
No, I'm not doing that.
And he's like, people hate going out to eat with me.
No, look. Here's how. Here's where I am. If I think the restaurant owner puts a lot of thought and care into their restaurant and maintains it, and it's noticeable that they care, I'm all good, man. I will support you 100%. But if I feel like the restaurant owner is not doing their job or not repairing or maintaining their facility or not dialing in certain things with service or whatever, then yeah, I'm going to be like, this place is mediocre, And I hold myself to that same standard,
Sure.
But it's tough to get it right, That's why the restaurant business is so tough. It's tough to get it right.
Definitely. I mean, it requires time and, just like it's almost like a warrior mentality.
It is. It never shuts off, just take right now, for instance, like I'm going to go home. I'm going to pick up some product real quick because I don't want to go in early and go grocery shop in the morning. And then it's just some small shit, right? And then I'm going to go back in at 8 and then bang out a couple tastings and bang out some prep for this party. And then once I'm done with that at like 3, I got to go down to Bar Peach and, meet with our neighbors, talk about parking, and then meet with my GM after that, and then stay for a little bit of service. And then, my day is probably done at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And that's just tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's just one day, and that's just a snapshot of one day. But this is not a fucking 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
This is not like, oh, wait, hold on. I don't get in until 9. Excuse me.
Sure.
And hold up, it's 5 o'clock. I'm going to go fucking hit the town for happy hour. Like, it doesn't roll like that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. I mean, yeah, some people clock in at 9. They want to leave at 5 or whatever it is. Whatever they think. But like when you start owning a business or running a business,
yeah,
it doesn't really end. You know, if you get an important call at whatever time it is, then you take the call.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, and that's exactly how it is.
Yeah, and not everybody's built for that, and you're right. Some people may be happier. I don't know. Do you ever get jealous of folks when, way back to when we were talking about the Type A and what with your kids, do you ever get jealous of folks who aren't doing what you're doing, this hustle? Where they can kind of like kick back and say, I don't care.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sure. Sometimes.
Looks relaxing. Sometimes
I get jealous. Sometimes I'm like, man, it'd be nice not to have the stress.
Yeah.
It'd be nice not to have, like, to like every year, like in January, I'm like, damn, like now we got to do this all over again and make sure that our sales are on point. Like we beat last year's sales because all our costs are going up. There's just pressure.
Yeah.
There's pressure to perform. And, I mean, it'd be nice to go to sleep at night and not have to have that pressure. Like, I'm used to it now, but
sure.
There's something to be said for, not having that.
Oh yeah, I think it will come with age.
Yeah, maybe
you'll decide.
I'm close to 40 though. I'm not.
I don't know how
old are you?
Close to 40.
Yeah,
probably a few years off.
Yeah, we're the same age. So
yeah, so I know that there's kids in the equation, and you multiple restaurant owner, doing your thing. But is there anything, and that may be your passion?
Yeah.
But what do you do? Like I play guitar. Mm-hmm. There's certain things that I like to do to kind of unwind. I know it's noodle weather. I know you like noodles.
Yeah. Well, my release is watching sports.
Sports.
Yeah,
that's
sports,
your jam.
100%.
Waiting for Atlanta. I understand.
Yeah. So my release is watching Atlanta sports teams lose, essentially, and essentially disappoint me every year. So that's my.
Do you get
release.
A hard time about that?
No, because all my good friends are Atlanta sports fans, and we thrive.
Even Brandon.
Oh no, Brandon gives me shit.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering about that.
He's a fucking Detroit fan though, so I don't. I mean, who gives a shit of what he thinks?
Right. So sports, that's kind of the outlet.
Yeah, 100%. That's my outlet, sports.
So are we going to see some kind of like peached sports bar come in the future?
I tell you what has helped me too is, I work out with a trainer, and I go to the gym, at least 2 to 3 times a week. And that's helped me a lot.
Oh, sure.
I find that when I come home or get back from the gym and go to work, I feel, I don't know. I just feel like I can go longer in the day. I feel like I'm in tune longer.
Have you always been athletic?
I've always been athletic, yeah, but I mean, I was on hiatus from going to the gym and stuff, like,
When you're working with your trainer, are you doing like everything, like cardio, weights?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like core.
Okay, so
yeah.
with 2 or 3, he's got like a regimen you guys kind of stick
Yeah, we
to?
do, yeah.
For sure. I mean, it gets your blood pumping, you get more
But it's
energy,
just
right?
good. It's good. That's helped me a lot to be able to tackle the week. So,
Yeah. How long have you been doing that?
3.5 years.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Is your does he eat the peach tortilla?
Does he? Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucking condition of him working with me.
A lot of these guys, we had actually the second episode of Austin All Day was with personal trainer / personal chef. So he was a chef for
Who's that?
James.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
James.
It's ATX Fit Chef.
Okay.
And I want to do it with him, but I'm not spending money on a personal chef and a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And I don't have time.
Yeah.
I have no time for anything like that. But I'd love to do it. You saw it downstairs. I don't know if you did. It's just like cluttered with cardio equipment.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So I don't have to leave the house.
Yeah. You work out in the morning.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
While my daughter's asleep, I get to work out in.
What are your hours?
It's just like you. I mean, I wake up. I get her to school by 7. She takes the bus, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very nice. And then it's good all day.
Where do you get your vehicle?
Right next door. That's the one beautiful thing. It's the Cube Smart. So it's.
You own this business?
No. We have. It's the owner in San Antonio, myself, and we have one other guy out in Houston now. So there's 3.
So you go to San Antonio?
No, he operates in San Antonio.
Okay, so you do all of Austin.
All of Austin.
Yeah.
Austin and surrounding areas.
Got it.
But I go to the truck at 7 and then just work till I'm done. It could be, whatever time it is. Hopefully, I try and wrap it up like before 5. And the only reason is because what happens it doesn't even happen at 5. It happens at 4 here.
It happens at 3.
It's very, very bad. But like my goal is to just because you have a stop at 3. And it's at this part of town, you have to go here.
Yeah, totally.
And if that's at 12 o'clock, it's a 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
At 3 o'clock, it turns into a 30-minute drive. And at 5 o'clock, it's like.
No, I mean, it took me an hour to get here.
Yeah, no, it gets pretty. But then now I'm doing this, so I feel like this is fun, but I do feel like I never stop. But, I'm going to New Orleans in a couple of days.
Oh, yeah?
For Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And I just can't wait.
And you're podcasting down there?
I should, but I'm not going to.
Emerald?
No. What?
You're going to get Emerald on?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't know.
Emerald Lagasse?
Oh, no. Okay. Yes.
Come on.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do know, but no. Okay. That's not what I'm going there for. My brother's out there. But I've been tempted just to say we should do a podcast out there.
Yeah, do a podcast out there.
Yeah, no, but we go there every year, though. But I can't wait to get in. We're driving. Just get in the car and start driving away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Need a break.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds good.
Do you ever?
No, we're going home for Christmas. Go visit my parents.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Your folks still live in?
No, they live in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you consider that home?
Now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Austin's home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here 10 years. I love Austin. Austin's home.
Your son is only 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's, grandma, right? How often do they get to see him?
Quite a bit. She was just in town for 3 weeks.
Oh,
we built a little casita in my backyard.
That's
demoed
cool.
our garage and put a casita back there, so she stays there now. It's a fully functional house. So.
And what does Mom have to say about what you've done with her cooking?
I think she is proud of what it's become, and in many ways, a lot of culture and tradition survives. Yeah. In many ways, Sure. I mean, if you don't cook what your mom cooked or absorb it, then it just dies.
Yeah.
Culture dies, right? And so in many ways, we're able to keep that on. Now, it may not be word for word verbatim the recipes that she created, but a lot are fairly similar.
Yeah.
And so, and it's memorialized now in a book.
Yeah.
You know, and that's pretty cool with a book. It's like, you know, it's there. It's there.
100%. Yeah. I mean, that's something you want to pass on to your children, stuff like that. I mean, things do get lost. I think things get lost today way more than they
Exactly.
used
But,
to.
you know, a book, like, as long as there's Amazon, you can get my book.
Yeah. How's your book doing?
It's doing well. I think we've sold about 6,000-ish copies.
And how was the like the press for it? Did you do anything?
Press was good. We had 2 PR companies working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we got as much press as we're going to get for someone of my stature. You know, I don't have a Netflix show. I'm not a celebrity.
I'm surprised that nobody's approached you about doing some kind of show on Netflix or anything out here. I'm not kidding.
Not yet.
No?
Not yet. No.
Yeah, that's
I'm waiting for my TV debut.
yeah.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus or Netflix
Wherever.
or Amazon Prime.
Wherever.
Oh, just you'll go
I
with
mean,
whoever
even
comes.
Showtime. If Showtime calls, I'll get on Showtime.
What would what that look like?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I want to see the Peach Tortilla like truck chronicles.
Yeah.
Like Richard's
No.
orangutans. He went into a
Yeah.
little segment there.
Oh God. Yeah. He started crying about the truck.
Did he?
I think so. Yeah. He got very emotional about these trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, on the podcast, we were drinking.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I think on the podcast.
that's very possible. He really liked it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I've thought about, like, you know, it'd be cool. Like, all the food truck shows that got made were just so fucking stupid. You know, it's like the food truck race and all that stuff. Like if they made like a real show, you know,
like what it's really like show.
Well, not necessarily. It could be a competition based show, but it's like, hey, we're actually going to make this a real, you know, kind of like the Top Chef of food trucks, where you have to run a business, and we're going to make it actually like legit.
Yes.
Then I think that'd be cool. Where I
thought they had something like that.
They had the Great Food Truck Race, but that's the farthest thing from being legit.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Now that you say that, yeah, it was bad. So there you go. You could do that. You got to dust off the Peach Tortilla truck, although it is out in action, right?
It is. Yeah, we have 2. We have 2. They're out
for events and
private events, catered events. That kind of stuff.
Do you get a lot of folks from out of state, like moving here, who have heard of you for like weddings or whatever?
For sure. Yeah.
So your name is out there.
Our name is out there.
Okay.
Yeah. We get a lot of inquiries.
What's the majority of events you guys are doing? Is it weddings?
Weddings are about 35-40%.
And the rest
social
is
events, corporate events.
Okay. Yeah. And you guys would never. You've set up shop in the airport. You'd never think to set up shop in like a corporate, like a facility, like these Facebook or Googles or anything like that.
What, inside?
Yeah.
If they ask me, maybe.
It'd be kind of cool.
Or if Whole Foods called me, yeah, sure.
Whole Foods, yeah, downtown.
Yeah. I mean, I know I could do, you know, good food for them.
Yeah, definitely. Ranch Hand. Those guys.
Ranch Hand.
Yeah. I know that was randomly, but they have healthy food.
They do.
They would do well in a Whole Foods.
They do have healthy food. It's very clean.
Keep it simple. No, keep it stupid. Keep it stupid simple.
Well, that's their ranch water. That's their drink motto.
Okay. Well, keep it stupid simple.
Yeah. I don't think they want to say their food is stupid simple. But maybe. I don't know.
They want to say their food is stop eating shit for lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
And what do you think about that logo?
Well, I don't. Well, I don't eat actual shit for lunch, so
you never.
I don't have to follow that slogan. I'm good.
Well, yeah, but it makes sense for UT students and whatnot.
Yeah,
I think we went into their podcast is coming out soon too.
Okay,
you'll have to listen to that one. So, what do we have in store for the future for Peached? Anything special?
I mean, I don't have any projects cooking right now.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, I'm taking some time to evaluate everything. Taking a second to be a dad and a husband, and try and fine tune our current businesses. I kind of want to see where the restaurants are in 6 months from now, and then we'll figure out where we want to grow. I mean, if I stay in, as long as I stay in this, which that's the plan, I would grow. So will grow. I just don't know
What?
avenue that's going to be.
Sure.
But we like the Burn It Road concept.
Yes.
We like the Bar Peach concept.
Sure. Do you like one over the other? I mean,
we like the airport concept, so we need to figure out how we want to grow. We like alcohol, so we want to sell alcohol too.
Kevin, right?
Kevin, yeah.
I want to get him on here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do. Bad.
Okay.
I know. It's like just that.
Good luck. He lives south, though.
Does he?
Yeah.
He said he'd do it.
Okay.
But so is he the madman behind all these crazy milkshakes?
Milkshakes? No.
Okay.
He won't take any credit for those.
Okay.
He wants no credit for that.
What's up with these milkshakes?
We did this thing during South by with Spreadfest, and they wanted some very highly Instagrammable foods. And
is that really how they
so we came up with these ridiculous milkshakes, and then we were like, you know what? There's so much demand for this. Like, we should just fuck around and do them first Sunday of every month at the restaurant. If people
first Sunday of every month. Okay.
Yeah, and so we just kept doing it because it was fun to collab with people, and people seem to really like the milkshakes, and it's just a draw. It's just fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool. I didn't know it was the first Sunday.
First Sunday of every. Bring your mom.
Or my daughter.
Bring your daughter.
She'd like that one.
Buy her milkshake.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a sweet tooth fanatic, as am I.
Yeah.
So, the success of this restaurant, though, has this kind of afforded you or opened opportunities to meet, other restaurant owners or chefs or people that you've really kind of like gotten something from?
What do you mean gotten something from?
I don't know. Like, met. I've known, right?
Sure. I mean, I feel like I have a really good network of people in the industry that I know.
I think with people in that kind of caliber, like just people who are successful, like you just instantly get something from it. Right?
I agree. And, I've got a really great network. I've met some really great people. I've had the opportunity recently to invest and get involved in some other concepts, just, in a more of a passive way. I think it's been fun, to get to know people, and we're exchanging. I'm exchanging text messages daily with different restaurant guys everywhere.
Yeah, must be nice though, right?
It's fun.
Yeah, it's got to be fun.
Good.
So, and you've got to be on the side of with the growth of Austin that it's a good thing. I mean, in your shoes, restaurant owner, of course, it's a good thing. What do you think as far as just you and your just being content and happy with everything that's happening around us personally, not the business?
I love Austin, and I like it when cities grow. I don't like it when cities are stable and stagnant.
Sure.
So I'm all for it, and I'm all for growth. I'm all for making the city, more exciting to live in.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
The only negative is the traffic, really, and the cost of living. But that's going to come, But there's a lot of things to do in this town. ACL's a pretty badass festival.
Yes.
South by is a pretty badass event. There's just so many things to do.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what really makes it a great city to live in.
I feel like we're approaching a tipping point for some reason. And maybe we're not, but I just have this I don't know, maybe it's an impending doom I'm feeling. Or it's just all the people that make it start to feel like this. But it is amazing the amount of places that we could just throw a stone and go to a
totally. I mean, we're in like a 15-year, 20-year constant ascent, but the last 10 years have been pretty mind-boggling in this town.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, it's for sure mind-boggling.
I mean, there can't be this many restaurants opening up forever. It's insane.
That's kind of what I mean. We're at some weird tipping point, but every time I go to the east side, there's new stuff, and it's all
I know
really
it's
cool.
crazy. It's crazy. You can't make money at all these places. It's impossible. There's just not enough people.
Yeah. Do you struggle with that as far as people and staff? I mean, we've mentioned your staff is outstanding, but do you have a lot of turnover?
Of course, yeah. I mean, we're just like anyone else. Yeah, there's
crazy.
Always a struggle at for how many people we employ. There's going to be a struggle.
Yeah. But you do have those basically pillars, those folks who've been there.
For sure.
Richard.
Yeah, we have people that we
Enrique, Blake, right? I mean, the list goes on. Who's the girl with short blonde hair? She's at Social House usually.
I think that might have been Stephanie, but she's no longer there.
No kidding?
As we speak about people that...
Where did she go?
She went to go to Torchy's.
Torchy's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, some opportunity open.
Yeah.
She didn't just decide to go to Torchy's.
We have...
Boom, speak of the devil.
Yeah.
You know who you got over there was from the JW?
Siobhan?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she is great, right?
Yeah.
It's good people. It's a good town. It's a good city.
I didn't know you knew Siobhan.
Well, from JW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, we have some really great people, and they struggle just like me with trying to manage their team and cover shifts if they have to, and they make the sacrifices too.
Yeah.
That's just part of the deal, unfortunately.
Someone we didn't mention also was Michael Rowland, who he attempted to stop cooking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I think he's doing some meal prep stuff now.
I also walked into him at Forthright.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? Cooking?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was, and I don't know. I was actually trying to call him today.
Okay.
I did a little. I've been trying to get a hold of him for a minute.
Yeah.
But his phone's always off. I think he's doing school too.
Yeah, he's doing school.
So that's probably what it is. But I'm not sure what he was doing there. And Savannah was on, and she was kind of she was on the podcast recently. So she didn't fill me in.
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I had just known he was doing meal prep, and then he was going to school. So that was my understanding.
Yeah, but he's another guy who's been through. And I'm sure he's going to be successful.
Yeah, I think so too. I think school is the right choice for where he wants to be. So,
do you know what he wants to do?
I thought he was wanting to be in marketing or something like that.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, thank you for coming out here.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's been a long time coming.
It has been.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to it. There was a lot of things going through my head to do this. So I was like, we're gonna call everybody, get some random questions. I was like, maybe get everybody hide in the closet, come out halfway through the podcast.
Oh God.
It would have happened.
Yeah.
But everybody's busy.
Yeah.
With their own thing.
Yeah.
Ryan, how you like how the timeline with Ryan's Brooklyn Breakfast Shop is, gets delayed to the point that he opens Brooklyn Breakfast Shop and has his child.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was genuinely nervous for him.
I mean, it's stressful, I mean, I can sympathize with...
How's he doing?
I think he's doing well. I think he's stressed out,
Oh, yeah.
Just like anyone else who opens a business.
Yeah.
So, I can sympathize with all that.
Just so much. With the kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, either God's really happy with you and he's giving you all this at once, or he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
He's going to watch you crumble.
Yeah, there's a lot going on for him. But yeah, I think he's a strong guy.
Yeah.
He'll push through it.
And his wife's a sweetheart. She's constantly wife, yes?
Yeah,
Jessica,
wife.
Constantly putting photos of Mr. Archer on social media, so he'll be famous by the time he's 10.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's funny because everyone, you live in the present and you take a snapshot and then everything changes. A day, 2 days, 3 days later, and that's kind of the ebb and flow of any business. And so, you take a snapshot of where we were a year ago, and a lot of these guys, and then a year later, they're opening businesses or doing other things. And I think that's another reason to try and appreciate what you have in the present, and not always be trying to look at the future. But given how hard these businesses are to run, you're always kind of keeping an eye towards the future too.
Yeah. No, so. It's good advice. It's very easy not to just sit
I mean,
there.
if you're a business owner, you're a restaurant owner, you deserve to stop and smell the roses occasionally.
Yeah.
Appreciate what you built. And
well, look at you right now. Your places are okay today.
Yeah.
Right? Take a little break right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm blessed, man. I mean, if you had said, "Hey, you're gonna come to Austin and as literally a nobody, as literally like nobody, and you could build, you could make it out of a rental a food truck you didn't even own, and
Sound ludicrous.
build, all these different things and have." 125, 130 employees and 4 locations and a book and all this stuff 10 years later, I would have been like, I don't know, I probably would have said like, yeah, well, I expect that. When I was like 27, I was kind of like this very ambitious
Sure.
person. But now in hindsight, I'm like, man, I don't that would have been stupid to say because it's pretty fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it continues, right? I mean, it's never a cakewalk.
No, like I said early on, man, you're only as good as your last service
Sure.
in the restaurant business.
Man, I recently watched this movie called Free Solo.
Oh yeah, I love that Alex Honnold.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay. The mentality.
My agent.
You keep reminding me of him when you're because he's in that, like everything he did was very meticulous about his goal.
It's funny because my agent represented his mom in her book deal.
Oh, okay.
His mom she didn't free solo, but she climbs.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
she didn't free solo.
Nah,
God, that
she was in the
hell
movie
out of
though.
me.
Free solo.
Oh, yeah.
But my agent reps her. But yeah, you got to know where your money is. That's the thing with the restaurant business. It's like it's not good enough to just have one trade. It's not good enough to know how to cook. It's not good enough to just know how to do your finances. It's not good enough to just know how to be a leader or to be a good operator. You kind of have to know everything, and whatever you're not very good at, you have to have someone who is good at that.
Sure.
And if you don't have the discipline to pay attention to everything constantly, then the wheels start to fall off.
Yeah.
And if you don't monitor your costs, your food, your labor, your marketing, your service, then things start to go bad. And that's why it's so difficult to maintain over a lifetime, because the diligence involved, is high.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of sacrifices.
Well, I'm sure there's times where, you got to watch it like a hawk, so to speak. And then there's times where you need to know when to back off and let it do its
Sure.
thing.
I mean, you let your managers run. If you have really good managers, which I think we do, I think we really have some star managers. Then you just give them guidance,
Sure.
and you tell them what you see, and you say, "Hey, I think we really need to focus on this because this isn't going on," or "I think we need to really look at this," and then you try to let them figure it out.
Right.
Maybe they need some help. But you don't want to sit in there and do it for them. So, yeah.
Have you, real quick before we wrap this up? I'm just curious. The managers, the guys you've got working for you, have they come to the table with any great ideas that have just been infused with peach tortilla or bar peach for that matter?
I mean, I think they always have input. And a lot of their input is received. I mean, I can't think of anything specifically, but
Sure.
I mean, they all give me input, and I filter it and decide whether we want to run with it or not. But half the time we do. I can't think of anything specifically.
Yeah.
But I ask for advice all the time, whether it's our catering events or restaurants, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
And, I can't emphasize it enough. Affiliated one way or another, Brooklyn Breakfast Shop, Nixta. And you've been to Nixta yet?
I haven't yet. I need to get out there.
I'm guilty of that, too.
Yeah, I need to get out there. It's
So do
it's on the radar.
Yes, I am. I think it's coming because
Yeah.
I keep talking about it. I was
Yeah.
talking about it last night, too.
Okay.
I'm getting excited. But I just can't drill it into the ground. It's amazing. You know what I mean? You've gotten these guys who've come through you.
Well, we
who
have
are-
another one too. Beth DiBaggio, who used to be one of our CDC at catering. She owns La Pera Catering Company too, and so
Okay.
she's running a really pretty cool business. So
Is she in Austin?
she's in Austin, yeah.
Cool.
So this is a town for entrepreneurs. This is a town for people to there's just I think there's something in the air here where people are inspired to do things. Yes,
especially when they're around you. And I'm not sitting here, trying to stroke your ego. I'm just saying it's kind of a phenomena. These guys coming through you, they're inspired. You support them. They bounce ideas off you. They go and they've opened these places, and it's really exciting to see. On my end, I love it. Yeah, I mean, there's like an electricity in the air.
Yeah, I have fun following them. You only start once, so it's fun to see these guys start and do their thing and pursue their dreams.
Sure,
that's what this is about.
Definitely. Yeah, man. I mean, continue doing, and you say it is what it is today. You're always looking for the future, and everything is going to change tomorrow. Come back in here.
Absolutely.
We don't know.
We'll do this again. We'll dance again.
We'll do it again, and I'll have someone in the closet.
Please, I don't need anyone in the closet. I'm good without anyone in the closet.
But how awesome would it be if Edgar Rico ran out of the closet right now?
I don't know. Do I need Edgar? I'm totally cool with Edgar. Just wants to sit down with us.
What if he had some tortillas?
Then I'm down.
And beers.
If they're Barton Springs Mill tortillas, then yes, I'm down.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Bring me a cerveza and some tortillas. I'm good.
Yes, and he's doing those the wines, right? The natural wines.
Yeah, the natural wines.
Okay, so he can come.
Yeah.
We'll have him sit down. The table's big enough. It is a kitchen table.
Well, we're going to drink some ranch waters, actually. That's what's going to go.
Okay. Yeah. Stupid simple, man. All right. Thank you, Eric.
All right. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it.
For sure.